on the world stage in the past. But of course, let's see if or not they can find those adjustments as we move on forward. This time it's going to be Purgatory, and the blue circle is found by PE Esports.
It's very straightforward. PE Esports is a classic drop spot for them. A ski lodge. I don't think they have ever changed it in any circumstances, but they might face off against Reverse Rate and Ranking Esports, who will be dropping very, very close nearby.
Toda, as usual, taking a straight flight in towards the watermill, right beside JV Esports, and VGM is going to be there to give them a little bit of challenge as well as they take that split drop into Fire Brigade as well as Carnival. Let's see if we can circle around back to them a little bit later on as JV Esports gets squeezed outside of the compound.
And JV Esports only has 3 members as opposed to 4 from Toda. First blood has already been obtained, and I believe it was onto one of the Ranking Esports members who was promptly brought back to life. But JV Esports, they are not backing down. In fact, Shut Up is making a beeline towards where Todak is, and he's going to come in contact very soon with Noki. Gets the spot and instantly starts dealing a couple of shots onto him.
Guy's insane. Went for a jump shot with the Woodpecker. Found 2 connections, but barely scratched Noki, who backs away in a little bit of anticipation of backup, but Traps is a tad bit too slow. Fikri's not aiding him at all as they choose to play a little bit of a more defensive setup, backing away towards that high ground. Cougar, though, opportunity, spots him and takes the shot as well, finding the connection. Prodede with the finisher, and Limit will be the one with the final bullet. Fikri had the opportunity to back them up, but instead becomes a heavy load for the squad to carry.
Todak is not ready at all. Fikri will be brought back, but JV Esports have just equalized the playing field. Fikri is going to take a while to be ready for this fight again, but Noki, he's going to dash out with the Tatsuya, trying to find an angle right into Shut Up's crosshair. Shut Up in AC80 is going to challenge Noki, but then the back 10 pulls up Shut Up. He's like, I have a charge buster, and you're not winning this. Traps now comes in and tries to go for a double up against Shut Up, but Shut Up is ready. Charge buster in hand, turns the corner, and now the Bison, in fact, is going to start spraying down Traps, and that's 2 for Shut Up. Todak are just dropping like flies.
2 for Shut Up, and both of them had a phenomenal opportunity to step it up against him. They had the charge buster, but just no mechanical skills to deal with Shut Up and the Bison. The rate of fire, the amount of damage that SMG gave him was more than enough, and I believe this is going to be the end of Toda, as Shut Up has a rough idea where to spot the final player.
And he's even going to drop off, hit one of his teammates. I think Poteni will drop off Shut Up, as he himself would take this trailer nearby. Basically, I mean, it's ensuring that there's nowhere for Fikri to go.
Yep, bye Fikri.
Do you see him?
It's nice.
He's down there. He's down there. Oh, he doesn't see him.
I mean, he just needs to use his...
Okay, he doesn't see him. He does not see him.
Just use your pet already, my fur. Yeah, I mean, he just needs to pop the pet, and that's about it, right? There's just no getting away from this guy.
Well, I mean, Fikri escaped death. Literally. Well, they will find someone else, which is going to be... Well, they use the binoculars, and they would think that that's the last man from Todak, but in fact, it is Ranger.
VGM. Just setting up a good defense as Shut Up circles around that Bison. Aye, Ranger! No trigger discipline. And Protete now knows exactly where to go in here for the hunt, and has the double vectors?
Oh, I haven't seen this in a long, long time. This is a throwback to 3 years ago when double vectors were not fun to play against. In fact, Protete is going to lose. VGM brings in the cavalry. JV Esports realized that this was not the team that they were hunting. Ranger just stepped on the landmine though. Limit now from afar, trying to provide some help, but Shut Up loses that fight. This Trogon is a bit stronger. And Cougar also gets stopped by Kabi. This could spell the end for JV.
Yeah, that's what happens when you run around with a double vector. Kabi, M1014 misses the double push. And now one more. Limit around. Does manage to get V-Down on the ground, but traded out by Kabi, and Bruin manages to pull one away as well. But Protete, the final survivor, it's all up to Fikri to put him out of the equation before he gets a revival for the squad. Yep. But too late.
Yep. He's actually not... He doesn't have enough for a revive, so he's going to go for a weapon instead. But yeah, JV was able to salvage 2 of their members.
Yeah.
So thankfully they are still in the running, but Fikri now has a good chance of turning this around. There is a revival point though, and JV will start capping it. Actually, no, they will run past it. Okay.
AC80, 400 coins in his pocket. Fikri can buy one player back as insurance, and he has to. At the very same time, he's only got a level 1 helmet and vest. So it's either you beef yourself up with defense and play for time, or bring a player in, and he will choose to bring Zen back into play.
Toda escaped death, and JV finds himself now in a pretty crippled position. In fact, having to split up to continue the early to mid phase. So finally a round where they're a bit more neutral. Expand, on the other hand, will have to face off against Team Flash in a little bit, but Poco Stars, they're not so lucky, losing 18 deer to Reverse Red.
What can we find out of this skirmish now? Reverse Red outside the circle. Poco! Liam with the shot from afar, but the AC80 finds no connection. Nameless on the other hand. Drogon in hand. Burst past the player. 1v4. No go for the poor guy. Liam gets down pretty easily.
Very straightforward for Reverse Red. 4 eliminations and counting. Mercy will be the next one in their sights. And an easy double up. Reverse Red picking apart Poco Stars one by one. And that's 5 points already. Poco Stars on the run. One more guy left.
What can they do with this one? Reverse Red, at least not all is lost for Poco as well. Just Mercy out of the equation. The rest of them managed to sneak in towards that safe zone. Expand, on the other hand, dealing with a little bit of push from the Vietnamese squad. BO, X-Roy will not get lucky as he pushes up forth on that left-hand flank. One good grenade, and it is a cluster courtesy of Ben, which tags up just one player. Cobra, just a sliver of health lost, but it's a good defense from both sides.
It tanks up majority of the explosion with the glue wall, and Expand are able to regroup and prep for a secondary push. In fact, Team Flash are the ones who are starting to give up a lot of ground, having to deal with the UAV at the same time. So Expand gets to take it a bit more slow and methodical. Team Flash continues to fall back, and Expand continues to push on forward. There is Axel on the flank though. This could be something that Team Flash might not expect. They're going to take the gold portal, and in fact, catching Team Flash off guard. Bayo, first one in contact. The 1-for-1 trade. Artemis need to keep this alive for Team Flash. Cobra under pressure. It's Artemis that wins out with the Bison in hand, but Team Flash, they did have 2 of the players knocked already.
Yeah, Bison super solid on that SMG. All thanks to the recent upgrades, the nerfs to the shotguns, the upgrades to the SMGs, and the Bison lucked out in terms of those numbers. But now Captain Too Fast, the final player available with the Mac 10 this late in game, perhaps might not do the damage he wants to. Just shoots him point blank, doesn't get the player down on the ground.
What?
And they all get wiped. Expand with Yanbin, the final survivor, able to pick up all of his members.
Disaster for Expand. How did that even happen? That should have been a win. Homeboys, they find themselves in a pickle against AV Radicals, and return will take the first knock onto Betche. Jembao will return his shot, but unfortunately, AV Radicals, they're also getting a couple of kills owing their way. Homeboy is not looking too healthy either. It's God Kai, the last man standing, and having to deal with Luffy. VGM spoiling the fun, sniping both teams from afar.
Yep, and the circle's leaving both teams high and dry. Homeboys have a good opportunity here to put the end to AV Radicals and continue running in towards the blue. God Kai backs away. Luffy with the Trogon. First bump finds the connection. M1014 in the hands of God Kai. Can still pull a reversal here. If at all, he can get the double pump. Cluster, and God Kai goes down.
Just enough damage to knock him out. Luffy will secure point number 3 for the team. AV Radicals, once more, a game where they get out to a rough start. At least this is the mid-game already. But having to restart from that point onwards is going to be challenging. Voidkill is not even in the clear yet. He still has VGM he needs to go through.
And Void's gonna buy his time outside the circle. With one vending machine available, he can buy himself a jump pad, get into the safe zone without breaking a sweat. But he also is tasked to revive his whole squad, so money management absolutely important here for the guy. Let's catch up with him in a little bit as RK almost loses Hao Ang, saved by the whistle, as his team member was there to give him the backup he needed. Esports will just skirt around the edge of this next circle, but they're pretty much in the clear.
Yeah, challenging circle. It's right in the middle with the body of water, controlled by Ranking Esports mostly. VGM will want to enter from the southwestern side. They did get the scan off. JVE showing up again, and Zen instantly gets caught. There's no way out for Toda. JVE, they are completely back as a full squad. 8 eliminations.
And this is exactly what you do not want if you are Toda. Just moments of life in the second game, and back to square one they go after they drop the ball. Saming down on the ground. Reverse Red in a lot of trouble here in this fight against the Indonesian squad. Ice Grenade will take away Liam's HP. One pop! Oh, does not find the connection, and Exposi will have to be exposed now. Liam from up top backs away, and there is a good opportunity to back away for him as well with the portal.
Yeah, it's a tricky spot for Reverse Red to be in right now. They're contemplating on how to navigate this, but Liam has a fantastic angle. In fact, they've just used their own gold portal to try and run down this sniper from the side of Poco Stars, and unfortunately, there's only so much that Liam can do. Exposi finds him.
Double kill.
And that should be another kill, confirmed by Reverse Red.
18 deer, one final lifeline. For the one and only Poco Stars, the only Indonesian squad down here in the play-ins. Not because Indonesia is bad, the rest of them are already in the finals.
Yeah. Poco Stars, they did struggle a bit in the group stage, so this is a good chance for them to recover. JVE doing exactly that, this time against VGM. And V-Time is going to be trapped underneath the logs. Potato trying to flush him out. And Cougar is going to be right there with him.
And V-Tan just refuses to give in. Guy's still taking his chances with the blue circle, but finally gets tagged up. Cougar goes in for the finisher, finds him. And that's just way too clean of an execution. V-Gaming out of the equation.
There's still no chance at all. So V-Gaming gets taken out. And JV Esports are still not in the circle just yet, having to do with Team Flash. Team Flash chasing the JV all around. In fact, yeah, very well equipped to do so. JVE, can they extract the entire squad out from the factory, as PE Esports are going to get just mowed down by Reverse Red? Nero does get exposing with the trip mine, but not enough to take him out. So Reverse Red, they stay in the game. 11 points.
The Vietnamese squad of RK, pretty comfortable in the next circle. It's going to be a water circle, and they are pretty safe. And I love the split being played by Neo as well. But in the meantime, Flash still dealing with a little bit of heavy firepower out of JV Esports. Thus far, they've done a good job to keep Limit at bay. The rest of them back away, looking for the circle, leaving Limit hanging out there to dry.
And I can say that we will not see JV in the final circle, but there has been clutch moments before. Limit will have to somehow power through the pain, sitting in that blue zone with limited resources. RK was able to find a pretty decent spot. They've been controlling this area for the longest time ever. But again, there is the goal portal that teams can utilize to just rush into it.
At this point, I believe he has spent more than 30 seconds outside of the blue, which means his ability to recover has been reduced by 30%. So an ineffective player he is for JV Esports, but he still can hang on for his dear life as long as he has enough medkits on him. It's all about the timing. And I believe he might have just made it in.
Yeah, just skirting the edges of the circle. JVE is still in the fight.
What?
And I believe his route in front is going to get contested by Liam from Poco Stars. But it's the 1v1, so it's winnable. Spade not so lucky though, knocked down already by the blue.
Ooh.
Taken out by it as well. Homeboys made it far enough, 6th place.
Tough luck for the homeboys, but I believe it's going to be Poco versus JV, a 1v1 in the very edge of this circle, which is going to move in the next 2 seconds. So now it's high time. Bio, on the other hand, long range shot out of the Woodpecker, gets the headshot to knock Neo down onto the ground.
Yeah, how are they going to navigate this though? Even for Reverse Red, they will have to move just a little bit.
Limit.
The Poco Stars, Liam is already out. Limit continues to be in the game, but has been spotted out by the members of Reverse Red and Team Flash. So this could be the end for JVE, and indeed it will be in 4th place.
Everybody ganged up on him. Just a little bit too much of firepower. 4 players focusing on one all at the same time. JV Esports just couldn't get away with that one, regardless of how good Limit is. It was a little bit too much to ask for. A good portal setup here from the top floor down onto the ground for Saming to escape if he ever does need to. And the rest of Reverse Red coming in for a little bit of action here against RK.
Circle finally forced them in. Reverse Red going for the push. There is going to be a flank, a 3-1 formation from Reverse Red to try and pincer Team Flash and RK. And Saming has already found Jacket from afar. Team Flash still watching this happen. The Reverse Red also not doing the best as well. Saming is going to use the port, tank some blue zone damage, was able to find a comfortable spot to heal back up, whereas Team Flash now is the most healthy team.
Most healthy indeed. RK down on the lower ground. A couple of grenades can do them in, and they quickly boost themselves all the way up. Artemis went for a 1-for-1 trade with Jacket down on the ground. Here comes Shin with a charge buster as well. A double charge, and the pump fights absolutely everything alongside Yang Bin. And Saming still alive! Secures hand from afar, and now it's just Reverse Raid up against Flash.
Oh, it's very doable. Close range, Yang Bin, Togon in hand. Saming not able to pull out his gun in time. It's going to be Team Flash to take the booyah, but once more, we see Reverse Red showing their fangs at the very end.
Vietnam slowly but surely climbing up this overall leaderboard. We did see a much better performance from them in game number 2, and now for game number 3, they have done it yet again. Constant improvement from the Vietnamese squad. A booyah to their name as well.
Yeah, what a game from Team Flash. I mean, we've been